The latest episode of The Inbound has dropped, and we are going to be talking nothing but local basketball. Welcome to the show, and I'm your host, Brian Kawalia. When City Oilers got promoted around 2013, in preparation for their debut season in the league, they went on to win the UCO Open in Mukono. They turned heads. They went on to win their first NBL title. Many thought that it is going to be the first, but they believed that that was the first of many. And they have gone on to win 7 league titles in a row, beating UCU twice, that is in 2015 and 2019. They beat Power twice, Falcons, Warriors and KIU Titans in those finals. Every time we've doubted them, they have gone on to prove us wrong. And here we are again. That and more on today's show. And I'm your host, Brian Kawale, like I earlier introduced myself. And I'm joined by my usual friend, Hudson. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
We've changed the scenery. And how are you liking the place so far?
It's beautiful environment. The weather is awesome. You're good to go.
So it has been a blistering weekend. What caught your attention?
Not one, not twice. It was full of action, I would say that. I saw on Saturday, I watched the lower division. I saw Governors losing to Machine Shooters by half a basket.
Yeah, that was a close game.
It was a close game. I saw a buzzer coming from one of the players of Machine Shooters called James. Then I saw beautiful basketball from the new kids on the block, I Hoops. Yes, they lost to Haga by a basket, but the game they played was so beautiful. Everyone applauded how they played the game. Then on Sunday, I saw something so awesome off the league.
Where was that?
It is in Chanja. It is called the Sunday Hoops Painters Arena.
A tournament or a place?
It happens every last Sunday of the month. It's a beautiful tournament. I saw like over 30 league players participating in it.
What?
Yeah.
What format is that? What format are they playing?
They play 4-on-4. It's a 4-on-4, it's a half court.
It's my first time to hear that.
Yeah, but
I don't know 3-on-3 and then 5.
It was 4-on-4, but it was full of real players. There's a team which was combined of Okal, Ajak, you know.
Is it sanctioned by FUBA for starters?
It's not sanctioned by FUBA, but it's something fun. It's a fun thing, you know. It's a fun thing. Off serious basketball, this is for fun, but they really play good basketball, which was so impressive. And
I hope that those players got permission from their clubs to go and participate.
At times you can go pick up, you know. Even if you're in a league, you can go pick up, but which is so fun.
But problems might come when you go back.
No, they play safe. They play because the umpire is always there.
So how was it generally?
It was so interesting. You have the winners walked away, I think, with 200,000 or 500,000 with the trophy as well.
Yeah, good mind to start with that.
Yeah, so they enjoyed the game. The game was so interesting. Actually, I enjoyed because there was also that competition as well. It was so interesting. The place is called Painters Arena in Chanja.
Did you take part?
And I'm a fan. I just go watch the game. I enjoy the game. That's how it go. But next time I'll take part.
Okay. Hope I'll also join you. I know my weekend was full of action. I watched a lot of lower division, and maybe my major highlight it has to be on a low note. Entebbe Archers lost to Charging Rhino. I'm not an Entebbe Archers fan, but ugly scenes towards the end. One of the Entebbe Archers players almost punched the referee, Gabriela Sede. He was just complaining about poor officiating, and he had to be restrained at the end to not to attack the referee.
But that game
it was very ugly.
In that game we saw the NBA scores you've never seen.
Yeah, it was a high scoring game. It was a very high scoring game.
Yes.
Yeah, but we've complained much about poor officiating on this show, but the game was well handled. That I've got to give credit to the referees. So I don't know what really troubled Asede to try and go and attack the referee.
Actually, the same thing happened between Martin Shooters and Governors. One of the players wanted to beat up Sandy, but they told him to calm down, but they were so furious because he never called some foul there, whereby they in the process Shooters made a buzzer, which we had the Governors players. But on the other hand, one of their players missed 18 free throws. Yeah.
That was very tight in lower division, so many subplots, but we'll be talking more about that as the segment continues.
Yes.
As the second round approaches, we've already gone into the first round of the season. Nabisunsa and City Oilers completed their first round games over the weekend. We will start with the women division. JKL completed the first round unbeaten. What do you take of their performance? They beat Nabisunsa girls. They didn't have Flavio Kecho, and the coach managed to rest Ritaimani Shimwe and Opakelo. They gave more minutes to the likes of Gimono, Nikuze, Stelo Yela, and so on, and they outlasted Nabisunsa.
But remember, in the first quarter, Nabisunsa had 23 points and JKL had 9 points.
Yeah.
We thought you were going to see a shocker. What next? The coach rotation made them win the game. Yes, they rested players, but even the players who have been playing, remember they are champions as well. They won for them championship before, the two-time champions. So they still know the game very well. So you would see that they brought it. The coach, I think, after the first quarter, is a good guys. This year, just play basketball. And they brought in maturity in the game, and the son of Susa, how they lost it after from second quarter moving forward. It became easier for JK to win the game.
Yeah. Then going to the other Nabisunsa game, they went on to lose to Nkumba Lady Marines. That was the Wednesday game. Then there was some little bit of drama before their game against UCU at YMCA. The game started very late. UCU girls arrived at their venue 30 minutes late to the game. I understand they had to get off their team bus. I was told that it was caught in traffic and they used borders. It was very tense before the game started. Actually, some Nabisunsa people, they wanted to get a walkover, but UCU managed to come through and they won the game.
Yeah, at times traffic also causes problems. I think they left Mukono like late. By the time they moved around, Seta Jam, Namave Jam is too crowded. So I think it costed them a lot. But in the process, they reached a course late. I think they communicated to the federation earlier.
I don't think that they communicated
because they use borders. But a good thing they reached and they played the game. Because the person who is using a border to come and play the game, what does it imply? I really need to play this game. Not that I refuse to play, but I'm late. But please let me play the game.
And you have to remember that those games were switched from
from UCU to YMCA. So on the other hand, even the change of venue, it happened that very day. Change of venue happened that very day. Not even on a Friday, but that very day, on Saturday.
But I think they made the communication a day before, but late. Late in the night, yeah.
Teams always plan like 2 days or 1 day to the games. So if you're communicating like late, it costs also the team.
But of course, my question will be that when do a match official decide that this game
is a walkover?
Because UCU were late more than 30 minutes to the time that the game was supposed to start.
It is upon to the commissioner who is there, the technical commissioner who is there at the time. I think they communicated to him that we are running late due to jam. And also, as a person, you sit down and be like, you know what? These games were postponed. These games were pushed from change of venue as well. Let me compensate them. This is basketball. It's not that we're using planes that we're going to use the planes to reach on time. No, we're using borders, using road transport. So it also, at times we favor them, be like, no, let's just play.
Yeah, but to some extent, it was just a bit unfair to Nabisunsa. The girls, they warmed up for over 30 minutes. So their mentality somehow changed, and I think it affected them. They went on to lose the game, third loss from those rescheduled games. They have only won once. I think now their relegation battle as the first round ended, they have only one win. That's the same as Nkumba Lady Marines and
same as A1 Challenge.
And A1 Challenge.
Yes.
It's going to be tight. Which two of those three do you think will go down?
If A1 doesn't step up, they're going down automatically. Nkumba Marines also might go down because they've got new players. You can see that these players can't even play the game. They're learning it at this time. It's a new set of players for Nkumba Marines. The old players left because you can see they're struggling. The big men can't even rebound the ball. I think they're too much of netball players. Let me be precise. Because you can see a big man can't even do the ball. Or does pass the ball this one else, make a basket. You saw them during the time they play the game. They're calling them too many walks. Like, okay, they'll improve with the process. You know, girls easily catch up the game very fast.
Initially, I thought that Miracle will struggle, but they have won 3 games. Angels is also out of that relegation fight. They have won 4. I think they are somehow safe. They will just need to pick at least a win.
Miracle Angels is full of experienced players. You get it? They're full of experienced players who have played the game for long. Not that they are new to the game, but a team like Labisusa, most of them are high school kids. Yes, they play high school basketball. When it comes to the league, they're going to bully them.
But they play some good basketball.
They play some good basketball. You can't
we
deny.
saw how they put up a contest against JK.
Yes.
But they were hard done by a good performance from Brenda Icon, who dropped 36 points. Actually,
the run. I would say the run.
Actually, she's averaging 20 points
per game.
Most in the league.
Yes.
Per game.
Yes.
I should got enough credit as you might think.
That's her game. All the way from Kumba Marines, from Webber. That's how she plays. She got the credit because when someone isn't being given a credit, you can't be someone to the national team. She has been on the Gazelles team. She's still on the Gazelles team. Of course, she has the credit. I would say she plays some good game. Yeah.
But you didn't put her in your team of the first round, actually.
I did, yes.
Away from the women division, City Oilers also played their 3 games. They won all of them. They beat Ndeje, our savior, and then which was the other third team?
KRU Titans.
And KRU Titans. All were literally like blowout wins.
I remember after playing the Wednesday game, that's against our savior, James Okolo in his interview said, we started slow, but we're trying to catch up. And you could see that they're trying to change the other they used to play at, like in the previous 5 games. There's something they adjusted. There's some adjustment into the team. You would see that this time round, Ivan Lumanyika is playing some good game. He was completely down, playing some good game, and they use 8 players. I think they use 8 players in those 3 games.
Yeah, in those 3 games.
Yes,
because they missed
Jimmy Enabo, they missed Ben Common
Jimmy, but actually Jimmy came back in the other game against Ndeje that was played on Saturday. That's why we see it. And it's good to have him back. But to sum up their first round, they finished second behind UCU Cannons, 10 wins and 2 losses. Those 2 losses coming against the teams that they are contending with for the title, literally.
Yes.
That's against Nam Blazers and UCU Cannons.
Yes.
It has been an eventful first round for them. Besides those 2 losses and the 10 wins, you remember they got an accident when coming back from the body of James Okolo's mom. James Okolo has also had a trouble some season. He was ejected twice in a row against UCU and Power. For starters, how would you sum up their season?
It has been a slow first round from them, because I've been seeing how they play. When you go hard on them, there's a way they lose it somehow compared to those days. Yeah, of course they got a replacement for Ndikumana, but Ivan isn't a scorer. Ivan will pick the rebounds you need and will play the defense you need. Ndikumana would score, pick up the rebounds, and also execute the plays. Ivan sometimes misses those easy twos. You're getting it? Ndikumana would hardly miss a two in that paint. Ivan is a good player. Yes? James Okolo is a good player. I can't deny that. But there's something they're missing out. The forwards.
But before you go into that, it seems like you are not contented with City Oilers' first round. But let me remind you that in recent history, this is the first time that City Oilers have lost only 2 games in the first round. In the previous editions, they have been losing like 3, going on to lose to teams like Ndeje Angels. Remember, was it in 2017 and 2018? But they have lost to teams that at least anyone would think that, these are the games they are supposed to lose. As we start the second round,
I know this is like the best in like 3-4 years of, let me say 3-4 years. But how is their basketball as well? Is it impressive enough? That's another thing. Remember, City Oilers got like 4-5 players on the national team. They've been busy playing the game. They've been active. Other teams haven't been active. Yes, UC has got 2 players, Fayed and Titus, who have been active on national team. Now, what about other teams? Yes, that's how I would say their basketball isn't all that impressive in the first round. But let's talk about the first 5 games. But later they stepped out.
Yes, Addison, I've raised a good point. Their basketball has not been very impressive. City Oilers are known for their strength in the interior.
Yes,
they are known to move the ball very fast and around the court. But this team has not been sharing the ball. Is it because of the loss of Landry Ndikumana? What do you think is the problem
they've got
the way they are playing.
They've got 3-4 players, new players with them. That is Emma, that is Caesar, that is Rai, and that is Ivan Lumanyika.
And there is John Domba as well.
And then there's John Domba as well. Those are 5 players who are new to them.
Yeah, they are still learning.
They're still learning the process.
But
you will see the old players themselves. Jim is not here. He's not playing the real game with extra team to play.
Yeah, he has not stepped up.
He hasn't stepped up.
But you expect to light up.
Tony
and
Oxy and Okero are playing the real game. We see them play.
But
another person.
Hudson.
Yes.
We're having a different Tony Dreba this season. I don't know if you have noticed.
He's so different. He's more of a leader now on that court.
But in these games, have you seen any progress?
I've seen a serious improvement now in the previous 3 games how they played, because they outplayed these teams of our savior, Kaya Titans. They outplayed, and even in Deji, they outplayed them.
Any player they put on court from Stowell can blow out those teams, but they are always exposed, like UCU did and now Blazers.
Now for UCU, the problem was when James Oke was ejected. You saw the loopholes there.
But I talked to Coach Mande Julino straight after that game against UCU at YMC.
Yes.
But Coach Mande said that they lost not because of that James Okelo incident.
Yes.
He agreed that they are poor both offense and
defense.
Yeah.
Because you would see they missed. There's a time Coach Mande brought in, I think, Ben Komakej, brought in Ivan Lumanyika,
and in that game they were only limited to 44 points.
He brought in shooters. He brought in shooters only, and still they missed shots. They struggled offensively and defensively. That's the point. And you see, you did one thing. This was playing defense and offense at the same time.
Let's talk about those new players. We'll start with Ivan Lumanyika. He's scoring in double figures and rebounding in double figures on average.
On average.
But he's not been appreciated given that he has filled big shoes of Landry Ndikumana. He's not offering the team much offensively as Landry Ndikumana was.
Yes.
For starters, how can you assess his first round season?
I would say he has played some good game. He has played a good game actually. Because the person has just joined the team, a newcomer, you're the best rebounder in the team. Yeah? On top of that, he has assists. He's scoring, I think, 10 points per game. He has really impressed. Yeah? Ivan is not a two perimeter. He's not a person who takes those shots in the D. Landry was the person who takes the shots in the D.
Landry could beat you from anywhere.
Even if it's a 3-point line. You saw in the finals against UCU how he changed the game. He beat UCU 3 times outside the D, 3-pointers. What next? Titus had to come.
But my reservations with Ivan Lumanyika is that he's not someone who will be much involved in the set plays. He will not come to set for you screens. He's only more important when
he does so.
When defending.
He does so.
Yeah, he might be doing so, but not at the level that Landry was doing.
We saw him at UCU Cannon, when he was UCU Cannon. We saw him at Jekyll at one time. Yes, he's a good player. He's such a good player. But there's something he misses out. Those 2-pointers that is so important. Because I saw him against RCV, he missed like 5.
In most cases that
he picks up a rebound.
No, he's one. I think on that City Oilers team, he has the most turnovers on the team. And the other thing is that he fouls a lot, which was not like, you cannot say the same. You cannot mention fouling and turning over the ball in the same sentence with the Landry Ndikumana.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't want to put them like on the same
page.
Yeah, on the same page. I don't want to compare them, but City Oilers, they need someone who can offer what Landry could do. I think it's going to be very difficult. There are not many elite big men like Landry, but for Ivan Lumanyika, I don't think that he has given like 70% of what Landry was offering to that team.
Yeah,
Am I criticizing him?
You're not criticizing him. He hasn't given 70% because I told you, Landry was a different piece compared to Ivan Lumanyika. You're getting it? But Ivan will give you something you need from him. Now, Oilers has one thing. They need to get forwards of these big men because they start James Okelo and Ivan at the same time. When Ivan has 2 fouls, Okelo has 2 fouls, they're supposed to rest in the first quarter. During our savior, Ivan got 2 fouls, Okelo got 2 fouls. They had to rest them. Yes?
But let's first leave that they are big men.
Yes.
Let's talk about Ruai. He's being used as their first number 3. Ahead of Caesar Chizito. Rai has come, has Rai given you enough
To a rookie who is just joined the league, I would say he has given me what people didn't expect. Because in the first game, actually, we start from the UCU Open when he was the MVP. You saw what he did before the league started.
Yes.
He delivered. He played some good. Everyone was like, wow, this is going to be a good player. The first game against is from a team.
Blazers.
You saw what he did on court. He scored over, I think, 15 points. Everyone was like, this kid is a good player. Yes, he has been giving them some points, around 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, he's such a player who's going to improve with time. He's improving every day.
And he's made services to players. They are 60th man.
Yes.
And he has delivered their goods to some extent.
Yes.
But the big issue is Rai is leaving. I think he's leaving in
July. In August, I think, or July.
August is going. I think he's in Spain to further his studies.
Yes.
Do you think Caesar will be an able replacement for you?
When Caesar comes on court, you see what he does. He gives you defense and he gives you the offense. I remember
he plays with a lot of energy.
He's a person who uses his energy very well.
And I like his chest thumping every time he scores.
Because he's a person who loves to score, a person who has to deliver.
Very passionate about it.
He's passionate about the game. Yeah, you see what he does. Remember before last season, before the break of the season, how he was struggling. People would shout at him when he's passing the ball, but with time he's trying to learn how he plays the game.
Yes, and
it's a passing.
And actually, many got surprised that he was signed by Citoela.
Yes.
His game is more hardware than software, which is not relevant to what Citoela is normally playing.
But now he goes software. He now goes to software.
Yeah,
he's a person who will be like, I didn't pass the ball in, I open up, I take a 3-pointer.
And his shots are improving.
His shots are improving every day. Actually, he's on 30% on the 3-point line.
Yeah,
he has improved. Yes.
Literally going forward, this Citoela's team is going to add some reinforcements. Francis Zolibe, he has been around.
Yes.
He has not played the first round because of the late registration. It's going to be a big addition. Then there is rumor that they are going to be adding 2 Kenyans. One, there is Bramwell Muchaina is coming from Kenyatta University, and Siaji Davis is coming from Equity. Bramwell is a big man. Then Siaji is a shooting guard.
Yes.
There will be big additions in case they are added. For starters, where is Azolibe going to fit in that team?
Azolibe was with them before.
Yes.
He won a championship with them before.
Yes.
So he knows the system of Cito Oil. I know he can play 4 or 5. Yes.
But can he start ahead of either Ivan and James? Or
it will be upon the coach's rotation. He can start with 3 big guys at once.
And they go big. With Francis playing as a 3.
Yes.
That can be interesting.
Yes. Then you've got Tony and Jimmy as the guards. It will be full of course. All the players will pick up rebounds. Jimmy can pick up a rebound, Tony can pick up a rebound. It'll be some interesting game. I would say it will be upon the coach's rotation. How he's going to take the team, because now he has the things he has been lacking is fixing them. Mainly the forwards and the big guys. Yes.
Yeah, but the thing is that they need as many players as they can, because their bench has not delivered to
but you know, still has one thing. They usually use 10 to 11 players. They don't exceed that. That's their number. Even 2 of them even reach 12. They'll use 10 to 11 players. That's what they, and all of them have to play. That's the thing for them. All of them play. At least they get 5 or 10 minutes on that floor.
They started the second round against Blazers, I think, on Friday.
Yes.
Like they have won 10 and lost 2 in the first round. What record do you think they will finish with in the second round?
I think the win, let me say the win.
If all things go well,
for second round, they may win their 10 games as well, more than 10 or 10. That's how I would say.
Addison, away from Citoelas, let's rush now to lower division. We start with Village. There was a big game. Vegetarian surprising Jetty Jaguars, handing them their first loss, 70-49.
It was a 23-point game.
Yes.
Jaguars lost miserably. I would say that.
It
was a miserable loss to a person who's leading the table. It was their first loss.
Yeah, 7.
As it stands, they have 7 wins and they've lost 1 game. Yes. Same applies to Bullhawks.
Yes.
Bullhawks has got 7 wins and 1 loss.
Yeah, Bullhawks beat Matchday Shooters.
And beat Watoto as well on Saturday. Yes.
Then the most interesting part about that that Jetty Jaguars vegetarian game, I was seeing vegetarian coach Vinny Julwa. He changed from being the air coach and turned to be a supporter. Every time the basket went in, he was just very animated on the touchline. Very, very good.
He started celebrating. I think he couldn't believe it. He thought Jaguars was going to beat them.
Yes,
you know, Veg is full of vegetarians. It's full of, let me say, players who played the game before. Vets.
Yeah, veterans.
Veterans.
Yes.
They played the game before. Koma, the manager of our Savior. They've got some other guys, full of mature guys are playing the game. They've been even upper division, NBL. So they brought in maturity in the game. That's why you saw they won the game. And Viren was so impressed with the team. I would say yes.
Now,
it was a good game.
Now vegetarian, I think they have won 5. They have won 5 games, just like Renado Haga and is it Emperors?
Yes, and Emperors.
And Emperors. Then that game was on Saturday. Then after that very game in the morning, then JT Lady Jaguars, the women division, which is a sister team to JT Jaguars, the men's team. They went on to beat our total ladies.
Yes.
It was not, at least there was no contest literally.
Yeah.
But at least they didn't. Watoto did not concede 100 points like the likes of Mock Sparks and which other team, Amazon Rhino, who conceded 100 points.
Yeah.
Now JT Lady Jaguars, they have beaten up at least on everyone. And I remember talking with the designer earlier into the season. She said that they want to finish the season unbeaten, and they are literally on course.
Yeah, of course, you know, it's a team assembled. You can't have 3-4 players on the Gazelles national team and you think they'll mess up. For them, their focus is one. We have to win these games. We don't want these kids to be like what? They can beat these guys. Let's beat them like babies. Let's go hard. We beat these guys like babies. And we move on. That's what they're doing.
Then quickly into the men's Division 1 as we wrap up.
Yes.
Livingston remained unbeaten. They beat Makerere Sparks in Makerere Eagles, sorry.
It was a
Makerere derby.
It was a derby.
Okot Bismarck putting up big numbers.
Yeah.
Then there is Oscar, a couple of good players
Yes.
there. And I
Then
talked to
also,
their coach.
on Friday, they beat All Timers
That was
by
close,
2 points.
2 points.
Yes.
That was very, very
You know,
close.
that was a hard game compared to the derby. All
Yes.
Timers is some hard team. It is among the contenders in this division
to come up.
So it was some hard game. And I was talking to one of the players of All Timers. He said we lost because it was upon us. We made some 2-3 silly turnovers, which costed us the game.
But again, in that Makerere derby, it was such an easy game for them.
Yes.
The only problem I've had with Livingston this season is that I don't want to be very hard on them because they are just new in the league.
Yes.
And they have surprised everyone to be that they have won all their 9 games so far. They're leading the table. The only problem I have with them is that they are slow starters. I remember a game against Tentere Archers. They were trailing, is it 23-9 in the first quarter?
Yes.
But this one they limited Makele to only 6 points in the first quarter.
It is a derby.
And they never looked back.
It's a derby. So you know what it means by derbies. It is something so hard.
But in that
So in that same division, I know
our hopes are still winless. But should we read anything from that?
of course they play some good. That's now D-League.
Yeah, in the D-League.
Yes,
sorry.
they play some good game. I saw it against Duhaga. The young kids play some basketball.
Yes, they almost
actually, I was so
them.
impressed when I saw Hudson Tool there as well. Koma was there.
He's a big sponsor for that.
I was
team.
so impressed when he came and he saw the fans were so impressed with how the kids were playing because they lost by half a basket, but it was some good, beautiful basketball, and everyone was like, "Wow, these kids are going to be something else in the end." Yeah. Then also Emperors lost on Saturday against Kings. Remember, Emperors came from Kings.
That was a
they
high
separated
octane
from
game.
Kings, so it was also another derby. They have their beef as well. Then they won their game on Sunday. They won their game on Sunday against Barclay Roaded. Yes.
But then as we wrap up this, Charging Rhino also returned to winning ways.
Of course, they returned to winning ways.
Mango putting up good performance. Swaibu Kalunji.
Then also Edwin put up good performance. They had like 3 players in double figures.
Yes.
Then also Duncan Isavia came up in the 4th quarter. He delivered as well. It was a good game. It was a good game generally because it was a game full of NBA scores. I would say that because Shooters had 96 and Entebbe had 74.
Yes, it's always hot in the lower division.
Then also Rockets came up and beat Bushcourt. It was 60-49. As it stands now in the ladies standings, JT Jaguars is on 6-0. They've won their 6 games. Lady Jews has 3 wins and 4 losses. Mook Sparks have got 2 wins. and 3 losses. Amazon has
Another
got
problem with
Amazon
the
has got
Makerere
1 win
teams. What's
and
happening?
5.
What's happening with the Makerere teams? They are not getting enough support from the university. They have won 2 wins. They've won just like Bushcourt and YMCA. And they're getting enough support from the university.
They're getting support from the university, but
Because I see their
now
football
the
teams,
issue is
they get enough support.
you've got a team like Kings, a team like Livingston, they're around Makerere. So some players go to those teams. You're getting it. So they divide the players. Yeah, and then other teams also pick Makerere students to play for them. So it becomes.
And I was told that unlike like UCU or Ndege, that these players from Makerere, they are not on bursary.
They're not on bursary.
Which is very bad.
Yes, they're not on bursary. Makerere doesn't give bursary, I think, to sports. Yeah, but I know with time they will step up. Then as I was still saying, the Div 1, Livingston has got 9 wins.
9 from as many
9
games.
out of 9. Night Riders has got 6 and they've lost 2. Camper Rockets has got 5 and they've lost 2. Otemas has got 5 and they've lost 2. Miracle Eagles has got 5 and they've lost 2.
Coach, I know you should be
for the
doing
D
better.
League. For the D League, Jetty Jaguars has got 7, they've lost 1.
Just like-
Blue Hawks
just
7 and
like
they've
Blue
lost
Hawks.
1. Duhaga has got 5 and they've lost 3. Emperors has got 5 and they've lost 3 as well.
Another
Veg.
team has also lost.
Veg has lost 5,
1-5.
won 5 and they've lost 3. So that's how it is.
Very, very tight.
Very tight. And now they take 8 teams for playoffs. I think it's out of best of 3, so it's going to be some hard.
But I don't know
Season.
what format is going to be with the women's division. The women's division
Yeah.
one, because they are now 6 teams. I think they'll just go direct to the semi-finals. The top 4 will go to the semi-finals.
I think
because
they'll go,
only
but
6.
all I
They're only
know,
16 teams.
lower division basketball is so competitive and so fun to watch. That's how I would say.
Thank you, Addison. We are always cut short by time, but for our viewers, that's it for today. Remember to visit the Sports Nation YouTube channel and subscribe. See you next time.